I've met Nadine through Sarah Gaddy, and I know that Nadine is very interested in lots of things that I am. The whole, the whole keeping calm, being aware of what you do. And so I thought it'd be lovely to have you on to actually have a chat to you and find out a little bit more about you and what you do. So would you mind, first of all, then, please telling us just a little bit about you?
Yes, I'm happy to. Thank you so much for chatting to me today. I love your group and the name, Keep Calm, We're Menopausal, because it is a lot about...
I think sense of humour is very important.
Yes, I love it, and I love all your content as well. So I'm so pleased to be here chatting to you today. But yes, as you say, I'm Nadine, and I am somebody that actually is of an age. I'm coming up to 56, so I'm at that age group where things are changing for me. But I was diagnosed with hormone imbalance, which covers a lot of things, doesn't it, in my early 20s. So it's something that I have been looking at for myself, and how I can actually help myself with the symptoms and all the things that it comes with hormone imbalance since that age. So I've had a lot of time to learn, a lot of time to try different things. And what I love about my life now is that everything that I've learned to help myself, I now have studied more, and now I can actually put that back and help people the way that I was helped. So it really is lovely, because when I was diagnosed, I went straight to my GP. I had private diagnosis because it was getting a bit complicated, and he just put his hands up and said, I really don't know much about this, I can't help you, which was a blessing in disguise, actually, because it put me on that alternative route. So I started to look at all the things that can help, like nutrition. I was a chef when I left school. That's what I did when I was 16, when I left school. So I really studied nutrition and what we can do to help ourselves with what we eat, what we don't eat. There's a lot, I'm sure you all know in your group, and you especially, Shirley, that there's a lot of what they call phytoestrogens out there. There's a lot of chemicals in our products we use on our bodies, in the environment, in what we eat. So being aware and learning about all that is crucial, I think, and I know you've got a lot of content in that in your group. But there's so much we can do to help ourselves. And now what I do a lot is work on the mindset with people, because actually it's so important that we see this as something to embrace, not something to be scared of, and not something to bring us down. It's actually something that we can embrace. And if I could just mention someone who is sort of my go-to person, Leslie Kenton. I don't know if you've heard of her, actually. She's not with us anymore. Yeah. But back in the 90s, I think it was, I followed her religiously. She had a book called Passage to Power, which was all about the attitude to this time in your life. And it changed my way of thinking, bearing in mind that I was a lot younger then, but it really helped me to go, actually, this isn't such a bad thing. This is just something to work with and work through. So that has really helped me.
Yeah, and I mean, that's one of the things that I'm passionate about, really. I think, yes, there can be lots of things that happen to you, and I do think it's a time when you need to review everything. But I think awareness is the key, and if women are aware what's happening to them, then it's not so scary. It's like with everything, isn't it, really?
Yes, exactly.
So tell us a little bit about your Calmer Self method then, please.
Yes, well, it is something that can really, really help with anxiety, fear, the symptoms, the hot flushes, all that kind of thing, because my Calmer Self method is a combination of lots of techniques, simple breathing techniques, which really, really help, just like you say, becoming aware. But also I use a combination of meditation and mindfulness, and my sessions are, I always say, wrapped in a bubble of Reiki, because I do that too, and we can do Reiki, as you know, through the internet. It works that way. So there's a combination of methods, and I call it Calmer Self because actually I'm teaching people how to do things for themselves. So the techniques that I teach are then there with people to use forever, and that is a life changer. Actually, people are very, once they've got their little toolbox of coping strategies, then it really, really helps them. But as I say, it is really teaching people to, like you said earlier, to recognize things, actually become more aware of what's going on for them, because we're all individual, aren't we? Everybody has a different way of the symptoms are different, the reactions are different, and a big part of what I teach is actually the fact that we can choose how we react to things. We can choose. how we feel, whatever life throws at us. And the hormonal symptoms can be quite scary and quite annoying, frustrating. Lots of emotions come up, don't they?
All of those.
Exactly, all of those and many more. But actually just to recognise, and if we get in tune with ourselves, like you said, you know, if we are in tune with ourselves, which, believe it or not, a lot of people really aren't, we've lost that a lot. Getting in tune, noticing what's going on for you personally, and then having that power and that tool to actually go, right, I know what this is, with the mindset in the right place, you know, light heart, you know, sometimes we can laugh at these things, it helps. And actually then just go, right, I can choose how I react to this. And we can do that in a very, very simple breathing technique that I'm happy to demonstrate later if you like, just to give that choice. And that's empowering. And that changes how we feel about what's happening to us, to actually go, well, we actually know what this is. Like you said, education is key as well, isn't it? And actually just go, right, I know what to do. I'm going to come out of this, the other side of this little technique with my choice. And actually, I think that's a big thing for a lot of people I work with, is feeling that they have a choice makes such a difference. So I think, and I know.
And do you think this is something that might be useful for like women who are going through the menopause? Because that's one of the things that I particularly work with. And it's something that I experienced that I didn't even realise was a symptom, if you know what I mean, all that anxiety and the overwhelming things.
Yeah, I think I've come across it with a lot of people that they actually don't realise, they're not realising it's menopause or perimenopause. They're just going, oh, I'm losing my mind. You know, it's really scary. And I was going through that, as I say, in my 20s. I didn't realise what it was. I just actually thought, you know, I thought it was stress. It was to a point. I was working hard and playing hard, not looking after myself. I was young, you know, but there was the other side, the hormones were coming into it too. And I didn't realise that. And once I realised, and that whole, like you say, education that I learned for myself, just made such a difference, like you say, to understand it, to go, oh, I know what this is now. It takes the fear away for a start, but it also does mean that I can go, right, I do know what this is, and I can learn what to do. And as I say, now I know that I know what to do, and I can teach other people. And I see a change in people. I see a change in their attitude, and it's freeing. It is empowering for people. So I do find that, as I say, to be quite a blessing. And I think you probably know this. The word hormone is, I think it's Greek for excite. And so when a hormone kicks in, it's exciting everything. So you are going to get that surge, aren't you, of energy and nervousness. And it can be exciting in a good way, but it can also be quite terrifying, can't it? When a hormone kicks in and does what it wants to do, it can take over, can't it? So that is.
And how do you actually you practice? I mean, do you do it one-to-one? Do you do on Zoom? Do you do it in groups? How do you actually do this?
It's a bit of a combination, actually, Shirley. I do. I mean, in real life, when we could, I used to do quite a lot of workshops, which was lovely. We'll get back to that.
What's that? Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we will get back to that. But Zoom, you know, Zoom is our friend.
Yeah.
We can do everything virtually. And as I say, everything that I do can be done over the internet. And I work with people that way. And I do a lot of one-to-one because it's quite personal what we're talking about. I touch on deep emotions. We go through a lot. I do a lot of what I call recognising and releasing. So once we realise what is going on for us and the fear and anxiety, maybe where it's come from, because it's not always just the hormones, there's other stuff too, isn't there, in our world, then releasing and letting go. Sometimes that's better one-to-one, so it's a better way to work with people. But a combination is really lovely, because within a group, you can just reach more people, and there's power in the group, isn't there? People get things from the other people as well, like your group. But as I say, one-to-one, there is a place for that deep. We can really dig deep and work on things. And a lot of what I'm teaching is practice. You know, it's actually, this is what you do, practice it, let's get good at this. And then you've got that tool when you need it. So it does work really beautifully. So, and I do quite a lot of my work, actually, not just on Zoom. I do it on speakerphone, because people will settle down in a lovely place at home. They don't need to see me unless they want to, and they can just settle down, be comfy and cozy and safe and warm, and just listen to me, and that can work really well. I send quite a few people to sleep that way, which can be quite nice.
I have that problem when I do my therapies. Yeah, they're just like, I don't remember. Well, I take that as a compliment, so that's fine.
So do I. Yes, exactly. The yawning and the sleeping is a big compliment, isn't it? Because it's all it's release.
And do you find that you do tend to work mainly with women, or do you work with men as well?
Yes, I really do feel, I mean, there is a place, I work a lot with mental health and that kind of thing, and workplace as well. So I do reach out to men. It's something I would like to do more of. But the honest truth is the people that come to me are the majority of them women. Having said that, I do get quite a lot of women that refer their husbands to me. Can you work with my husband? So that's not a bad thing. But I really feel, this is, I mean, men do have hormone imbalances too, don't they? And they have midlife crises and everything. So I just feel, as I say, there must be something about the energy I'm giving out that attracts more women. But I, my methods can help anybody, and even children as well. I work a lot with children as well. So
great. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, and that's interesting what you've just said, because I think it is. One of the things I find is it's something that isn't taught at all for any age, really, how to relax and how to look after ourselves, really. And I think maybe even teaching the little ones how to do it, and then as they grow up, it will be part of their. Because I know when I was trained to do Indian head massage and things, they said it's just a natural thing that people in a family do Indian head massage, and I thought, that's amazing. That would be nice.
In other cultures, there are things, I think in our world, in our civilization, we've lost a lot of these things, haven't we? The touchy-feely, the natural things. I mean, Reiki, in some cultures, it's just what everybody can do, and they heal themselves whenever they need to.
Yeah, and I think particularly at the moment, it's something that we're all missing, isn't it?
Yes, I think you're right. And I was 13 years as a nursery school teacher, so I am very passionate about getting this message out to the young. When I was actually doing my nursery teaching, I was always doing little guided meditations like story time and that kind of thing, and we used to do Tai Chi together and things like that. I was always getting told off by the other staff members, but that's what I wanted to do, and the children responded really well. So that kind of thing, it is happening slowly. There are things, I think they're changing detentions for meditation times and things like that. It's happening slowly, but if I had my way, it would be on the curriculum, because we can't learn early enough, can we, to help ourselves?
No, exactly. And would you be able to maybe give us a couple of top tips that you mentioned breathing that might be able to just help if we are feeling like really stressed?
Definitely. I'm happy to do a little demonstration if that's okay, if we've got time, and how that is.
Did you want to do it on me if I fall off my chair?
Yes, if you want to join in that. It won't be that long. I'll wake you up, Shirley, don't worry. But it is something just to, as I say, the key is to tune into you. Actually just tuning into how you're feeling. So I'll demonstrate that if that's okay with you, and just get a little bit, so we can just feel what it's like for us. It will be a little bit of we have to use our imagination to be stressed, unless we're really stressed at the moment. And then I'll demonstrate how we can actually choose how we react to things, because it's big. I feel it's big, actually. That choice about how we react to things is what makes the difference. So that would be my tip. Tune into yourself as often as possible. Know what it feels like for you, because we're all different. And then learn how to just give yourself a moment. And I call it just having a pause. I say all the time, snatch a moment of calm, very cliched, but it's that little pause, that little break to tune into you. And you can do it with a few breaths, simple and easy. And then you're almost coming out the other side of that breath, if you like, with your power, your choice. So that's what I'd like to demonstrate, if that's okay with you.
Definitely, yes.
Brilliant. So we can do it sitting. We don't, as I say, I teach quick and simple methods. So if you're lying down, great. But if you're just sitting, it's wonderful. What I like to ask people to do, and I'm not sure about your position there, Shirley, but if you can, have your feet flat on the ground. Because actually, I'm not sure if everyone's familiar with the term grounding, but it's really, again, it's quite empowering to be sitting that way. You feel safe and secure and solid, which is important. Feeling safe is important. You're giving that signal to your body and your mind, which is really important. And also, then you can connect. And one of the tips, and I'll just share this with you because it's come to mind, when you do feel anxiety coming, is actually just to drop yourself out of your anxious head into your body and all the way down to your feet if you can. And that in itself is a brilliant technique just for taking yourself out of that frazzled state of mind. So by actually sitting firm and solid in your chair, feeling safe and supported, feet flat on the ground, you're just connecting and feeling, you're instantly sending that message to mind and body that you're safe and you're okay. And that makes a difference. So I don't know if you feel any different just by doing that.
And I have to say, I am a person that walks around, well, when it's warmer, in just like bare feet and things a lot, because I think grounding is really, really important.
That's a topic on its own, isn't it, Shirley? So
it is, yeah, but that's another thing. Yeah.
But yeah, I do that too. I wander around the garden bare feet every morning. So yeah, do that too. So yes,
exactly.
We'll talk about that another time. But yeah, just for now, feet firm
so
on the
much
ground.
to learn.
There's so much to share, isn't it? And that's what I love.
Exactly.
So feet firm on the ground, feeling safe and supported by the chair. If you are comfortable shutting your eyes, then I'd like to invite you to do so. I'm going to take my glasses off. I probably will shut my eyes, so forgive me. If you're not comfortable shutting your eyes, then just lower your gaze. But as you're sitting firm, safe, secure in your chair, just start to become aware of your breathing. Now, this is your anchor. This is something that's always there for you. So anytime that you feel a little bit of anxiety and everything, you can always just focus on your breath. And it will change how you feel to a certain degree, not always the best, but just it will start to change. So just notice, without changing anything, how your breath enters your body. Notice it, feel it. And then notice and feel how your breath leaves your body. And it doesn't matter if you're breathing through your mouth or your nose or a combination. You do what feels right for you. Experiment with it. I always say to people, experiment. But just soft and gentle breathing in. And long, deep and slow breathing out. And include a little sigh if you like with that. Because just as you keep that flow of breath going, I'll just explain the benefit of this. We never need to take a big breath in. We breathe in naturally enough air that we need. So always just soft and gentle as you breathe in. But really focus your attention on the breath out, because that is the part of the breath that naturally relaxes you. I call it the power of exhalation. So just become aware of how your breathing is and just slightly start to change that rhythm. So just soft and gentle as you breathe in, and long, deep and slow as you breathe out. Some people find it helps to count, and it's entirely up to you. Again, experiment. So as you breathe in, maybe just count 1, 2, 3. And as you breathe out, just make that a little bit longer, that breath out. So maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. And just get into a natural rhythm, a natural flow that works for you. And just remember that every time you breathe out, you have the power to soothe and settle yourself to whatever degree it works, but you are changing how you feel mentally and physically just with your exhalation. Feel your power. And now, just to demonstrate how this can work, I'm going to be a little bit mean, and I'm going to ask you to just bring to mind the last time you can remember feeling a little bit of stress or anxiety. Just bring it to mind. Remember, it's just a memory. We're just using it as an example. Just let a memory bubble up into your mind, into your body. Notice what you notice. Feel what you feel as you're just remembering some stress in your life. Something maybe that happened this morning. Something that happened, or how you feel when the hormones kick in, maybe when you're having a hot flush moment. Just remember, remind yourself that you are safe and you're okay. You're just remembering what it feels like, and notice anything that's going on in your mind or your body. Because as I say, everybody has a different reaction. Everybody feels different. This is your stress, your feeling. Whatever's going on for you is unique to you. So just notice what you feel. And now what I'm going to do is just with that little breathing technique, show you how you can actually take your power back and choose how this works for you. So as you breathe in, the next time you're ready, just bring that memory to mind. And at the top of the breath, just remind yourself you're safe and okay. It's just a memory. And then as you exhale, feel your power. Know that you can actually just change how you feel just with that breath. So like I say, a soothing, settling stroke of that exhalation, just soothing, settling as you breathe, changing how you feel. So practice that again the next time you breathe in. Just bring to mind that feeling of stress, that memory, that anxiety. At the top of the breath, remind yourself you're safe and you're okay. And as you exhale, feel your power to soothe and settle yourself, and just to whatever degree you're ready in this moment, to change how you feel with your breath. And just go through that little breathing technique one more time. As you breathe in, just bring to mind that imagined stress. Remember at the top of the breath, you're safe and okay. And as you breathe out, long, deep and slow, feel your power. Feel that you can change to whatever degree you're ready at this moment, how you feel. And then just let your breathing return to its natural rhythm as you're sitting safe and secure. Let that memory go. Thank you very much. It served us well, but it can just disappear now as you breathe. And then if we've got another few moments, I'd just like to show you how you can extend that little practice to help you with what I said earlier, your choice, your power, feeling that power just a little bit more. So again, coming back to our breath. Breathing in, breathing out. And then again, as you breathe in, just feel that power of your breath. And at the top of the breath, just give yourself a moment, what I call a little pause. And as you breathe out, feel that long, deep, slow exhalation. And again, I'll talk you through the little practice as you breathe in, just knowing that you have a feeling that you're not happy with, you're noticing something going on in your mind or your body or both. And then as you breathe out, feel your power and know that you can come out the other side of this breath, choosing how you react to whatever it is, whatever's coming up in your mind, your memory, whatever you're practicing with. Know that you can choose how you react. So again, I'll just talk that through for you as you breathe in when you're ready. Just feeling, remembering a little bit of anxiety, or just putting yourself in that little imagined position of something that you're not comfortable with, not happy with, someone's done something you don't like, something's happened. And again, as you breathe out, just feel your power. Give yourself that moment to choose how you react. And it only needs to be a slight moment, as I say, a pause, to choose how you react. So one more lovely breath like that to practice as you breathe in. Just feeling something, someone said something, something's happened, you're feeling something, an emotion that you're not happy with. Just give yourself a moment at the top of the breath to actually feel your power as you exhale. Feel that grow inside you as you exhale, and know that as you come out the other side of that breath, you have a choice. You can do whatever you want to do. Feel your power, feel your choice. And then again, just let all of those memories, all those things that come up in your mind, let them drift away now as you come back to your normal rhythm of breath. Breathing in, breathing out. And just start to become aware now of your feet firm on the ground, your body supported in the chair, temperature around you, any sounds that you might hear. Coming back to reality now. Deepen your breath if you want to have a little bit of a wiggle and come back, open your eyes.
Oh my goodness.
Gently.
I said I wasn't going to fall off the chair asleep. It really was there.
That causes a bit of anxiety, doesn't it, sometimes?
No, you have a lovely melodic, relaxing voice.
Oh, thank you. But it just,
really,
I hope you did hear what I was saying. You might have drifted off, but
no,
that's
I did.
okay.
No, I did. And
it's fine.
I love things like this because I do like lots of yoga and things as well. And people sort of say to me, when can I use these? And I say, well, if you're in a stressful situation, you can always just rush to the bathroom,
This is the
2
thing.
minutes,
Yes,
and
you
you can feel so different in such a short space.
That is the key, isn't it? Finding, and this is what I do when I work with people over a period of time. It is actually teaching the techniques like we did there, just we're practicing this now in this safe, calm space. But the more you practice, the more you've got it as a tool when you need it. And that little, what we've done there, you can actually do standing in front of someone. You don't have to shut your eyes. They don't have to know you're doing it. But it can really work. You're absolutely right. If you can take yourself away and give yourself a moment, so much the better. But we can't always, can we? Sometimes we need it in the moment. And something you can do at the end of that, or you can do it anytime. You can shake your hands. You're shaking off that anxiety, that energy, shaking it. Just moving. It's not all about being still. Moving can really help. And I always say you can extend that breath with like what I call a teenager sigh, when you can just go, oh, and that again is really relaxing. It makes you giggle, which is great.
It's true. Yeah.
But it really does extend it, letting your shoulders drop and having a bit like, oh, it is a teenager sigh, isn't it? That is so empowering. And actually, you can do that in front of people. You can adapt it, obviously. But if you can use these things in the moment, it's so empowering for you. This is the key, isn't it, as you said? And I really feel that this is why it's good to practice and have that little memory. It's mean of me to do that to everybody, but just have that little memory come up.
No, it's really interesting. It gives people an idea. And you said that you have classes. Are you still doing classes?
I do them as and when the need is there, when I've got a group of people that want to do something together. So they're sort of ad hoc, if you like. I don't do them.
Have you got any coming up?
I haven't at the moment, no, but it's something that I'm a little bit, we're on that time, aren't we, when we're coming back to reality.
Yes,
some
maybe.
kind of reality. Yeah, exactly. So I'm a little bit, I'm being a bit naughty and I'm putting it a bit on hold because I want to do some real life stuff. So I'm waiting to see how this pans out. But I'm very happy to do things online. And as I say, I do quite a lot of workplace workshops, and that is all online at the moment, where it's helping teams of people that work together, because a lot of my techniques really help with people that trigger us, reactions of other people that we have to share our lives with, so that can help as well.
And some people you just don't have a choice, do you?
No, you're absolutely right. And I do feel that it's really, it's whatever situation we're in, just feeling that we have a choice and learning that, just within that breath, we can just take a moment. And as I say, can do it with one breath. When you get really good at it, you can do it with one breath. 3 is ideal, but one breath really can work. And you can just feel that change as you breathe out. And the more you do it, the more you are retraining your neurons in your brain to actually go, oh, this is what happens when I'm stressed. This is what I do. What we have done maybe for decades, our stress response, we can change, and that does make a difference. So I do find people say to me sometimes, I don't realise I'm doing it, but I do sigh quite a lot. And sometimes people can say to me, especially when I used to work in an office years ago, I would be sighing a lot, and they go, you're sighing a lot today. And I hadn't realised that actually it was because I was feeling a bit of stress. That was my natural reaction to dealing with it. I just would sigh a lot. So it really, really does help. And I know.
Well, thank you so much. That has been really fascinating. And so what I will do, as soon as this is ready, I'll upload it in the group. And if you can put all of your details in the group as well, please. And then if anybody's got any questions, I do apologise, but these things happen.
But as I say, I'll check back.
We will answer them as soon as we can. Yeah,
definitely.
And certainly, if you do have any classes and things coming up, Nadine, then please put them in the group.
Yes, I would have to
sure
share. Yeah,
would be interested.
Yes, definitely. So thank you
so much. Thank you for your time. I'm feeling really relaxed now. I've got to go and do some work, so I think I might have to go and go and have a green tea or something.
You can do it. You come back to everything in a different way, don't you? Which I think is so lovely.
I will do my new approach.
We get more done when we're
Thank
relaxed.
you so much again.
Thank you. Thank you. It's lovely chatting to you, Shirley. Thank you.
Yeah. Take care then. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.